So I call this the waterfall funnel. Most people, I believe, should start selling high ticket products. And the reason being is, let me just show you how this works, is if you spend $1,000 on this ad, okay, here's usually what it will look like. You'll get 100 leads, 10 bucks a pop. Out of 100 leads, you'll get 10 calls and you'll close 1, okay? Now, if that works, $1,000 in, but if you're selling a $5,000 package, this will be $4,000 of profit. So that works. And that's why most people, I believe, should actually do that, because it's a lot easier to push people to the one thing that you want them to buy versus the self-liquidating offer or the book funnel. Now, usually when you're doing this type of funnel, it's normal to send them to an opt-in page. Opt-in page just means where you ask for their name, email, phone number. You guys have probably seen some of those. A VSL, which then pushes to a call, or it could be a webinar. It's just usually a video that's, you know, hey, here's how the service works, here's why you need to do it, this is why you should work with us, and they book a call. Now, the waterfall funnel is a little different because in marketing, you'll see things go through cyclical cycles. Over the years, what some people will do is they'll cut out this opt-in, they'll go straight to the VSL, which then goes to the call. Now, the downside of this is you don't get any emails and you don't get any phone numbers. So I'll put text, right? And so that's the trade-off. The upside is you're gonna get more people to get to this VSL. So hypothetically, you might get more people to book a call. Now, I usually would not recommend this funnel for beginners. I think this is after the fact, if you haven't gone this normal funnel up here to work, but this is what a waterfall funnel looks like. And the goal is to get as many people pushed to that VSL to get them to take the action you want to book a call. Now, you can retarget. You can use retargeting ads for people who don't book a call and then send those ads back. So RTG is retargeting. We can send those people who got to the page, but they didn't book a call, and then send ads to push them back to it. But the downside is there's no back-end remarketing. And so I usually like to get people's names, emails, phone numbers, so I can market to them on the back end with text, emails, phone numbers. The team can call them, voicemails, all those types of things. So you have to see which one actually makes you more money. But if you don't have those processes dialed in, I usually would not recommend using a waterfall funnel if you're a beginner. Now, coming up is another funnel with no opt-in to start. So we'll call this a reverse squeeze page. So what you'll do is you'll run an ad, and when I say VSL, just remember that's a video sales letter. It could also be a webinar. It's really just a fancy way to say video. And on the video, you'll say, hey, if you take this next action, we'll give you a freebie. Okay, so let's say I'm trying to sell marketing services, and I say, look, when you're on this page, hey, by the way, if you book a call, we'll also give you this freebie. So it's called a reverse squeeze funnel, because instead of giving them value up front, you're trying to reverse it by saying, hey, if you take this action I want you to take, in this case, booking a call, we'll give it to you on the back end. So again, I don't usually like these types of funnels because I think you are losing out more than you're gaining. But at the end of the day, the cool thing you can do with all this is you test it. When you test it, the data will tell you what's working, and then you can go from that point.